How's it going, guys? I wanted to make a video about just the basics of making a plan in due process. I've been playing this game for 4 years. I think October 2021 is when I bought it. Um, Number one due process streamer of 2022 and 2023 and 2024 because I was the only one streaming it. Definitely in 2023, I was the only one streaming it. Um, Played this game a long time. I'm not as good as the pro players because my aim sucks, but I do feel like I have an above average game sense compared to the old the people that were playing before the update just released, the like 50 of us. And one issue I have with how a lot of people are planning that I don't usually tell my teammates during a match is that they're planning wrong and we should do a different thing instead. Because I don't want to yell at my teammates, so I'm gonna yell here instead of in an actual lobby. I have an issue. It's gonna be blurry. These are just screenshots from my stream. All right. I have an issue of people going, okay, bomb is here, or you need to be looking from here out. So I think what I'm gonna do, this is the first one. We're gonna go over one map from every tile set. It's gonna be the concept of the video. We're gonna look at the different ways you can approach taking the bomb on a map and the pitfalls along the way. And just trying to get it into your brain that within like, I believe like the 1 minute it gives you to think about it, maybe like 1.5 minutes, fully being able to figure out the plan is difficult. So let's look at all of the basic entrances, right? So we have to get to the bomb. Let's look at the end goal, right? We have to get to the bomb. Okay, well the bomb, if I'm a defender, is either going to be covered from fridge, of having these angles, or maybe up here in arcade, which isn't too bad, but okay, we need to clear out freezer if we want to defuse from this side, you know? So we can have, if we've taken over this half of the map, we can just have a guy defuse here, and we just have to make sure we have sight lines so they can't rush up here. Okay. Cool, let's think about that idea. Let's think about doing this. So we can go arcade and make our way, throw a flash into arcade, so one flash gets used here. And then we're gonna have to throw a second flash out here to make sure we have at least this area and maybe shoot down here a little bit, get into this like cubby. A third flash from out here would be thrown from out here into here. Then our B team pushes into freezer and clears out this room. So that way they're able to kick the door while they're flashed, is the tech here. And we've pretty much won from this point. I would suggest never putting a smoke here, because then it would give the people in Teller the ability to push through the smoke and kill your guy defusing the bomb. So at this point, you maybe throw a fourth flash. I don't think it's really necessary, but that's your fourth flash ration. And whoop, put your guy here to defuse the bomb, and you cover from up here and over here so they can't get through this threshold. Or the flank. Oh, definitely always be afraid of the one guy has to watch the flank this entire time. As all of this is going down, one guy has to make sure a flank is not happening. And it's like, alright, this is all good and fancy. The alternative here, if you want to go for diffusing on this side, is going through office and just going through green. You know, you're coming from this angle, so you're gonna have, if you want to take arcade, you're probably gonna be going this way anyways, and passing by this window. Honestly, on this map, I really do think that going arcade is kind of useless. I feel if you're gonna take this direction to it, you might as well just go office and, you know, boom. Now watching your ass is watching here instead of watching here. That's pretty much all that changes to the plan, but there is an additional flashbang required. You have to get in here, so that's another flash compared to down here. Because you got to flash into this room. But hey, this flash isn't really necessary, so it could still be 4 flashes for your rationing out the round, since we only get 4 flashes. We only get 12 flashes for the 3 maps, right? So that's one way you could take this bomb site. The alternative way is defusing from this side, which is, I think, a little bit more tough because there's a bit of bullshit here. So I think you are still going to be exposed to over here. So honestly, it wouldn't work. Yeah, you'd have to clear out this area either way because of that. Because your body's going to be peeking out too far. But let's say you wanted to go here. There's a lot of issues with this other than the fact that you're going to be exposed from all angles anyways. Obviously, you have to clear out Teller, or else they can just go whoop and gun you down instantly. But also, if you really want to cover from back here, yeah, you can see over this. You can't see over this. I remember. You can see over this to try to cover, you know, them running up to him. But then you also have a guy in their freezer watching you. Actually, no, this isn't a real argument I'm making. Dice. I won't remember to cut it out. I don't think I'm going to cut this at all. But, so you'd hold, if you want to defuse from here, you're going to have to hold this angle to make sure they aren't running up from here or here to try to kill this guy. So it's like, all right, we have to have a guy here to cover this, and we're going to have to clear out Teller. So that does give us the opportunity of a different path from green. We use our first flash to get into office. And again, we always have to have a guy watching this flank. Then we use a second flash into Teller. And I kept trying to move this to see if this is a vent or not. I think this is a vent. I'm pretty confident. These are doors, and this one is a vent. Our second flash into here. And now we cleared out Teller. But now we're here. Now we're in this position of only having these two rooms right now. And this is a vent. And that's very difficult to get through. 20 flashes! But we can do it. There's just a lot of areas where the defenders can hide. But let's say we somehow succeed and flash into here. Then we fucking... I think best would be to navigate over to here and flash into storefront. Is how you'd clear out this area here. Because now that you've cleared out this area, now you can hold this point. Now we have Teller. You don't even have to cover this door if you don't want to, but you cover this door, but I would suggest, you know, being as far back as you can, especially since this door is closed. And now you can have a guy run out of the Teller, whoop, maybe even with a fifth flash if you really want to. You don't totally need it, and defuse from this side. All right, cool. And of course, different ways to do this. You could go entrance, which I do kind of hate, but it's a very similar outcome here. You go entrance with a wall charge, flashbang in, make your way up. You have to watch this angle because they're going to be watching this now. So that has to put you in fear. Maybe you even throw a second flash just to not deal with this guy. You know, throw a flash like in this area here from back here. Throw a flash over and then run up here. Ooh, oh, I didn't know that's how that worked. That changes everything. Give me a magenta. Then it's like, okay, now that we have this cleared out, maybe now we have a guy watching this after that flash. We break our way into bathroom, probably taking both doors, I would suggest, just to disorient the guy that's trapped in here now. That's gonna try to get a free kill off of you, but if you're coming from both angles, it makes it a lot more scary for this schmuck, or this schmuck, or this schmuck, depending on where they are. A third flash has to go into here. Then you kick this vent. Actually, no, you shoot it, right? throw the flash in here. Now you take Teller, but this is really scary. How easily you could get someone back on your ass. You don't even truly need to take Teller. It's mainly about killing anyone in Teller and then not letting anyone else, you know, walk around and get inside so they can get this kill on your guy. But you see, what I'm mainly trying to do here is look from the end goal out, especially with situations with an Omni Bomb where you don't need to kill every enemy in the map necessarily. And then I really don't like the bathroom here, but it is an option of going into the bathroom and doing similar shit. One flashbang in, try to make sure this is completely cleared out. Then sending the team into Teller through the vent, having this whole area open. Maybe then you open shutters if you really want to have the B team walk in through here with a third flash, have storefront, have an angle on this. It's not bad, but starting in bathroom is very fucking difficult. Like, there's a lot of death that happens here, I think, with that play. There is definitely more that could be done here. I pretty much explained all the different concepts that I like about this map. Sorry, why is there a shed here? Is this guy perfectly blocking, like, a door that's here? He's gotta be, right? There's no... Or else there'd be no point to this shed. But there's already 2 red doors. Is there a reason for this shed? The reason for this shed is you can't hide behind this wall right here. Because there's a fucking wall. You can't be like, pew pew pew, and then run back over. You have to walk over here. Weird. I guess that pretty much covers our... What's it called? C-store, yeah. Let's take a look at this bank. This is gonna be a long video, holy shit. Now, bank is more interesting because of the fact that there's 2 objectives. It changes everything. Mainly the way I think about it is we have to be here and here, and there's a line connecting it. This is not always true. There can always be like A team and B team. That is a real thing. On this map, I don't really feel it, but usually, like, if this was a green door, you would want to do A team and B team here. 100%, just because that makes it a lot easier. Let's not talk about that, the double charge. We will, actually. Yeah, let's talk about that first. Because that's very interesting. So you'd have an A team here. Flash in. Run their ass over here. They might get a kill. They have to be really worried about this guy because he's going to cover himself. And this guy here and this guy here. That's going to be the 2 biggest threats, I think, after the initial flash. But they hit the button, and then boom! B team charges in. Have to be careful of this line of sight. They throw the flash. Flash number 2. They run into vault. Especially now that this is open, they only have to worry about a guy that's maybe... can't hit him from here or here, but will be here. Quite possibly. And of course the guy in here. The second flash. Third flash if there's a guy in vault, but I doubt it because the new vault is very good at disincentivizing vault dwelling. And that's how you'd play this map and you'd cover this door, like, hard. And as that happening, if A team lives, this is very much a suicide mission for the A team. They can now try to run in through here. Especially with the, like, a slower way of doing this would be B team does this flash into here, has control of lobby, kills everyone in Teller. The only way in is through security where they'll hear them go through this door. They have control of entrance. Now, yeah, so the alternative is, oh, I've been drawing on the fucking, I don't want to draw on it, so I can draw more than one path. Alternative is this is the A team. They blow first. Have to be afraid of this angle and like anyone up here in Teller waddling around. Flash in, clear out everything, maybe a second flash into Teller if there's still some schmucks in here. Then, once they're here and prepared, having one guy watching this door, by the way. Then if you want to be silly, you have the B team up here. blast in. Third flash goes out from this team. This flash pops. This door gets kicked. Both teams enter at the same time. They hit the button. Guy that's been watching security, if there's no one in there, moves back. If not, he stays watching security until his team comes back over. Now most of the team is able to like sit back, maybe in teller, maybe in here watching these two doors, defusing the bomb with very little time for the enemy team to actually, even if there was no one here, run all this distance without getting killed. But that's a double charge. It's usually not like highly suggested to use two charges on the one round, unless it's really funny. And usually double charge I don't really like. It doesn't like look like a good plan, but this one does. But of course, alternative paths here. You take entrance, as we know and love. Boom, one flash. Be careful of this guy. We move up, maybe a second flash if there's a guy here. Then getting into this room, I was about to press Q to ping. Then getting into this room is a little tough, because you're gonna have someone sitting back here aiming at this door. Now that you've taken lobby, they really do expect you to come from this one angle. I'm thinking of the vent push here, but let's ignore it right now. This is very difficult to go through, because you're going to kick this and one guy will die. There's nothing you can do about it unless you maybe brought a shield, or you have the shield guy stand right here, and then a second person right behind it kicks the door. That's funny method right there. You third flash in, try to get your ass up here, get killed by the auto shotty guy sitting here or here. Or by the guy with a long AK sitting back here. But the third flash should at least deal with long AK guy, maybe not auto shotty guy. Hit the button. You know, most of your team has ran into here, but one guy's sitting back watching this. Whoever's left doubles back, defuses the bomb. Now the alternative to get in this room, because this is very difficult, especially when all the enemy team, all 5 players on the enemy team, know you are coming from this one door. Funny wall charge, always an option. Funny wall charge is actually really, really good here. That's your double blow. I think actually using a wall charge here is better than using this split push with the door and hitting the button and just running back instantly. You know, third flashbang in here either way. You can have, instead, if you want to go entrance and accounting. I think, if anything, the suggested play would be to have the 1 or maybe 2 going accounting come out of this vent specifically to make sure that there isn't a guy here. This will at least minimize the amount of areas that the defending team needs to check. They need to worry about still these locations, but now instead of here and here, it's just here. Helps a little bit, and if they somehow survive and don't get killed by a guy to manager running out, trying to make sure you don't make any progress in accounting, you can both push in through at the same time here, with the third flash, of course. But let's say you're stuck, and you can only go green. Oh yeah, I guess the alternative to this, if you want to do a split, is through here. I don't really like that, especially because of this window. I think a charge is kind of necessary on this map. But if you gotta go green, is there an entry? No, okay. It's just these 3. If you gotta go green, I would say, I guess like 3 here and 2 here. Have, you know, your guy here, and then down here, fucking, and you know, all going at the same time. Boom, 1 flash. This guy actually might also have to throw a flash, so 2 flashes probably around the same time. You just gotta go bop bop, flash goes out, bop, flash goes out. Everyone rushes in, clearing out this angle, watching this, and down here now. And now you pretty much take manager for free. You now have manager and accounting at this point. And again, we're just going to do a double push here where one of these doors has got to be kicked, and the guy kicking it will die. And then flash is thrown in, so we kick this door, boom, guy dies, flash is thrown in, flash pops, this door gets kicked, everyone pushes at the same time, whoever's around here is dead as fuck, bathroom's still alive, they have to worry about Teller. Whatever, we get the button. Button is now activated. Now, we need to get to the vault. And now, you see the issue with this plan is that we have to clear out a lot of the map, which burns a lot of flashbangs, because there's so many rooms that we have to clear. See, like, I don't even know why I didn't suggest it, but a flash has to be used here to get into manager and kill this guy. See, but now it's the issue of, oh, okay, well now we have to flash to get into Teller, or flash to get into security, and then we have to flash to get into lobby. And then we probably have to flash to, like, 2 people sitting in vault now. That's why usually green is kind of fucked, because you want to minimize the amount of utility you use, the amount of flashbangs you have to use, because there's a limited supply. But that's why I feel like the issue is here. I don't know if I perfectly described, like, the idea and thinking that you're supposed to do with this one. I described it better on C-Store. But again, and always think outside the box, especially with the wall charge like this, which I thought was silly and I didn't think about until, you know, this recording. Let me get these up here so I just have them ready. Next up is this factory. This is a little cut off down here, but you can see it. The green door here and here. Let's see. Where's the... Ooh, okay. So looking at this bomb, a defense player from office cannot see the bomb. This only gives them a good position of stopping you from getting inside the building and getting, but once you're on the bomb, you're set. But a defensive player sitting over, like, in Toxic, I believe has a pretty good angle on that. Someone in Sorting has a good angle. Just sitting in Docks has a good angle. It's always what we gotta look at here. So we have to clear all of these positions due to this situation here. Or use smokes to stop their sight line. And of course we have lights, which I didn't even talk about in C-Store. What the fuck were the lights on C-Store? Well, yeah, I guess you could hit lights. So this is what we're afraid of. So what are our real options from the inwards out? Well, I would say that taking this area is kind of important, just because of their immediate access to seeing you with very little effort. Actually, that kind of blocks them a little bit, but... So my best suggestion here is probably the dock play, or even going green. You actually have 2 green doors here to be able to take office and servers, which is really nice. I really do like this green. This goes up like a staircase, by the way. Flashing in, you unfortunately can't throw a flash from outside here, unlike other areas in the map, because of just how office is laid out. So you're gonna have to kick the door, then flash. Kill the guy here if they haven't fled. But then it's an issue of, like, this entire area can have guys looking at you, especially if you're doing a split through both these doors. So you're gotta have a guy watching this entrance for the flank, and you're pretty much just sniping anyone off that's trying to sit around in dock and kill your besties. And then we have our boys in server have to push out. We'll usually push out like this, trying to get away from all of these bad sight lines, which will require flash number 2 and clear out sorting and whatnot. So now we have all this half of the map cleared out, but we still are afraid of maybe someone in server farm, and most likely people sitting back here, back here, back here. And at this point, it's just a situation of gunfights. On Factory, it is just these long-range angles that you just have to fight. It's much more of an aim duel map than any other, I think. Maybe Killdome is also kind of an aim duel map, but Factory is just so open, so little doors. So that's the situation of, all right, from office, I just got to, well, that's a, can't see through that, of just trying whatever you can to see over here, see over here. There's a guy way back here. What you can do is maybe throw a smoke. I think a smoke right here wouldn't be that crazy. But then it's about you have to kill everyone over here. If you want, honestly, you could do 2 smokes here and here. Just start fucking defusing. Having a guy sit here, watch this. And just having a guy sit like here, watch this. This is kind of tough. I actually don't know how to call this map. I won't lie to you. But it's an issue of like, you need to think about what they could do, right? To counteract this shit. They could put some barb right here to fuck you up. They could put barb right here to fuck you up. And have a guy sitting right here watching your ass. The flashbang won't even affect them depending on where it lands. Because there's a guy back here. You're going to throw the flash way back here. This guy will barely get fucked by it. And be able to hit you going through the door. So how do we really counteract that? I don't know. Another flashbang over here? Green door's tough on this map. It really is. And the barb here isn't much of an issue if you have guys up here, at least killing the people over here. That's that counterattack. It's like, alright, well, what's another way we could do this? We could go toxic and try to go for lights. Because I don't really like server farm to lights, because you have to go way out here, because you can't jump over this cock. So, honestly, I'm not even talking about server. I think this is ass. Like, I feel like if you want server farm, you go through green either way. Because you're gonna want office clear if you want server farm. Like, it's a vice versa thing. Like, if you want server farm, office needs to be clear. If you want office, server farm doesn't really need to be clear. But yeah, so there's a blue door right here. There's an open door. So you'd see the basic move here. You'd go toxic, boink, and then just play this map to your heart's content of just trying to slowly move your way in, throwing a flash in here, peeking while the lights are still off, boom, kill all these guys, throw another flash out here, boom, kill anyone out here, not peeking this office. Because once you've killed everyone over here, and once you've got somebody sitting like right here watching this door, you could have player number 2 defusing the bomb. But hey, how could this be stopped? Well, barbed wire right here is a banger. And just shooting you. Even from like back here. Getting shot out, so you gotta use a fucking flashbang here. Kind of necessary. I mean, even using the flashbang getting inside is necessary. But once you've got lights, things make it a lot easier to just not really need flashbangs, but to clear out over here because of how close the angles are, I think it's important to use flashes. I doubt a barb is used here, but if it is, it doesn't really matter, especially since you're going for lights first. So this barb is a lot more deadly. But it's thinking about what can they do to fuck you up and how do you counteract that. I don't think there's anything really silly with wall charges or torch on this map. You can, like, torch out Doc here. Get a little cheeky angle like here. But it doesn't give you much, especially because of this. You basically get, like, that. To, you can sit back pretty far here. You do have, like, all that. You might be able to see office. But you're blocked off by this, so you can't see any of that. Can't see anything through here, which is kind of important. Because if you're splitting toxic, death is right here. So. Yeah, I don't really see a point of using torch on Doc. Because if you want to, I only see like a point of using torch on Doc if you want to go servers, but you have this option of going office to do pretty much a lot better cover over your guys going server. Is what I'm thinking here. But yeah, that is factory. The point of this video is now lost to me. I won't lie to you. Yeah, keep them on. Killdome. This is a fucked up evil Killdome, by the way. This little path here is on this level. It is not on this level. It is not on the upper floor. It is on the bottom floor. That is an important thing to note because I didn't realize that when I first played this map. So lights is all the way over here, by the way, pretty much end of the map. Now what we have to think here is, as a defender, I can watch the bomb from up here. I can watch the bomb from up here. I can watch the bomb from fucking back here if I really want to. Right? All these positions. So it's like, okay. If there's a guy here, he can be up here. There's pretty much... You can't really sit here and defuse the bomb. Because there's always going to be... You can't, like, take this angle and defuse from here. Because there's always a guy up here or back here. Just this whole area can get a pretty nasty angle on you. They have too much of a range of an area here. From, you know, here to here. That cuts you off. But if you go in from jungle, their only real options, they don't have as much of a sight line as before. You know, you have a bit of a better angle of hiding right here. So they kind of have to get out this door. If they're sitting back here, maybe, I mean, you hit them from way back here. You have an angle on the guy trying to peek via slowly pushing up. You're going to see him before they see the guy in bomb, diffusing from this side. So I think that going from here is a waste of time. Just because of that, because you have to kill this entire area to defuse from this side, whereas defusing from this side requires you to just kill everyone here. And this can stay theirs. So it's like, okay, how would I go about getting here? I think I would go castle, right? I'd take castle, I'd throw a flash in, boom, boom. Maybe have to use a second flash over here. Now we have castle. Have a guy watching this back here. Maybe just sitting in this window, watching down. To make sure no one's coming through that door. Maybe even sit here. Again, you have a full control of castle. It gives you pretty nice fucking control of pit. Which is really nice. So you take castle. Now that you have control of castle, you can have a B team make their way through here. And because, again, you have a guy in castle that's watching this and watching that, you can have the B team ready here. A team kicks down this door, boom, boom. They already have shit pretty cleared out, but there can still be a guy over here. They can still be hiding back here. They can still hide from this window and be able to see this. So it's like, okay, we should still throw a third flash into here just so we can clear out this back area. Maybe hit the lights if you really feel like it. And as that third flash goes out, boom, these doors get kicked. And immediately, both teams are just, all of jungle needs to be cleared. Anyone here needs to die. Anyone here needs to die. Don't care how it happens, but it needs to happen. Now, if we want, fourth flashbang, there's people up here, they're fucking freaking out. Start defusing from this side. You have someone standing back here, watching all the way up top onto the people in ruins. You have this guy here even peeking out. They can't do anything. They try to jump down. Even if they move forward a little bit, this guy sees them. Even if we sit back here, if they jump down, now everybody sees them as your guy is defusing from right here. They don't have an angle on this Omni Bomb. Very nice, right? The alternative, oh yeah, so how everything could go wrong, of course. A defender opening this would be really nice because it doesn't matter the flashes that they use. You as a defender have someone way back here watching this the whole time, this whole long angle. They use a flash here, they can only make it so far. They maybe were trying to run up here to avoid you now. Now they're stuck up here. They have to take this path to kill the second guy. You have some people in pit watching these windows. As the defending team is like, oh shit, we're getting shot from jungle. Let's run up here instead of running down through here. I'll make this a second layer, but keep them both on. So we have to run up here. Now this is a problem. And we might get killed along the way. Then second flash is used, we kill this guy. We might have to burn a third flash just out of fear of shit happening. You know? So boom, flash in. Oh shit. The second has to be used over here. Maybe a third flash because of all the gunfire. We have jungle. We have castle, but we do not have pit at this point. Pit is scary right now. We can't stand down here. We can't peek pit right now because they're on our ass. We can try to peek pit, maybe throw a flash. At this point, pit should back off into jungle or even just back up here. Or even sitting like right here waiting for the big flank. And not super visible from this window, I think, if it's too close. And now the defenders are scared. They don't have control of castle. They're trapped in castle. That's how this could go wrong. And that's how you, as a defender, could do something about that, right? I'm mainly trying to focus on what you do as an enforcer to make a plan. Defense is much more difficult because of the fact that they could take any angle. Like, if they really want to take this angle, you can kind of let them, but mainly you just be putting a barb right here. You know, as if you have control of jungle, if you have control of castle, defenders pretty much win this round if they want to go this way. But a barb right here is always nice. So now they're trapped in castle. They want to kill the guy that's fucking them up trying to get out. They throw a fourth flash and all 5 of them run through this. But that's pretty difficult because of the barbed wire you've also placed right here. Actually, this is the first barbed wire I've noted if it's a castle push. But you're going to have to put a barbed wire over here in case of a jungle. So. And now your guy's sitting up here because they don't have pit control. Pit's not dead. They're trapped in castle. They try to push out. Boom! This guy's flashed, all right, but up here, boom, dead. This guy up here maybe is kind of a little bit flashed, but able to late peek a little. Boom! After like 3-5 seconds, now this guy's back. The defense team has barely made it in. They're down to like 2 players. There's like 4 defenders still alive. The attackers are fucked at this point, and they can't even try to run out because, again, our guy is back here. They can't try to save the clacker. You're gonna shoot them. So now in this situation, now that we're playing this game, what the fuck do you do as defender against all this shit? Flashes. You're pretty much fucked. You gotta use a bunch of flashes, right? You have to throw this flash. You would have to use a nade on this. The alternative is using your castle control to kill people in pit and do a split here and do the usual. We push here at the same time with this fourth flash. That's your option right now. But that's how the plan could change, right? With a guy back here, that fucks up the plan. And you need to be ready for those 2 alternative outcomes. Then we have no charges. We go beach. This, I believe, does have an angle. This does not. So that is fearful. Then we just push forward. I think the best play here is to try to take castle, as per usual, because this is a nasty way to go. If you go this way, they just set some barb right here. You have a guy shooting from here. You have a guy peeking at the same time from here. You have to make sure that this guy sitting here calls peek now, and then this guy peeks with him. That's how that has to be played. This guy has to call it and say, now we peek, and then this guy will peek with him. But even without that, the barb there, a barb here, if you as a defensive team still have castle control, completely fucked for the defensive team. So that's the 2 real barb on this map, I feel, is here and here. That's probably the best barb, I think, because of these 2 real options for them taking this. And that's why you have a guy up here. A guy is going to die if they come castle, because you're trapped. But you need to have a guy here just to watch this if they go pit. And they avoid castle. But again, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't go pit from beach if I had to go beach. I'd make my way over here. You know, we don't really have to use a flash to get into here, but I probably would on this guy. Either a flash or a smoke here. Then we use another flash to get into base. Clear everything out. Everything's fine. Then getting to here is such a bitch because of the guy sitting here. So at this point, yeah, you'd have to have 2 castle, right? So you'd have 2 castle, 1 back here, and I guess a floater over here, a floater over here is how you'd play defense. Or if you want a guy here, you know, these 2 are floaters, so these 2 could be here, 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 here. But that's kind of this whole area. It's like, all right, we get fucked by this guy. That's our life. 3rd flash, just to take these 2 steps over here. Throw the flash over. 4th flash, now we're in. But now, because we're already prepared for the castle push, we have a guy, defense has a guy down here watching this shit. They have to peek this. So the best they can do is a 5th flash, run up this, 6th flash on this guy, 7th flash into jungle. D-Day is always fucked because you have so... Green is usually fucked because of how many extra rooms you have to go through. That's why it's very disincentivized and not suggested. Especially on any map except for like Factory. Usually D-Day I think has the best greens, but I'm starting to feel like Factory has the best green doors. Now that I like really think about it these days. Alright. Let's move on to the final map. Killdome. Sorry, that was Killdome. Killhouse. This is just walls down here. There's no entrance here. And up here, yeah, we just see that. It's just walls. This is like the reception, so you can see through this. Okay. Bomb is here. We have our 2 options. Like we've seen before. We can defuse from this side. Meaning, if we want to get here, like that, or this, as long as we have a guy sitting here, watching this, they can't come from this half of the map and kill this guy. They can't do anything as a defensive team from this angle. So how do we want to get to this side of the map? Well, we have the funny one, right? Of blowing shed, boom, flash in here, wall charge, boom, flash into here, clear out this area. Maybe this room is a little scary now because this flank is totally real for killing this guy. So you may want, after you've blasted through here, cleared out this area, to kick one of these doors, flash, other door gets kicked, both teams run in, clear out backstage. Then we're good, we've cleared up backstage, move back here, defuse the bomb. One guy watches this. One guy watches, most of the team watches this. This is scary, probably, especially if you do the wall charge here. You definitely need to watch this door. But, again, so our second option, right, if we wanted to defuse from this side, without using the wall charge, would be flash in. And we, you know, make our way over. Kick this. One of us dies. Second flash goes in. Boom. Clear out this whole area. We're getting wall banged to shit here, by the way, but let's not discuss that just yet. Okay. Now we have backstage. Now, kick this. Another guy probably might live. No, definitely here he dies. This you might live. This one you might live because of the lockers. But this is all fucking weak-ass thin walls on Killhouse. This guy dies kicking this door. Third flash goes in. Might not be enough, honestly. You will have to maybe throw a 4th flash down here. Checking these angles. Start defusing the bomb. Watch from back here. How can this go wrong? Mainly, lockers isn't the easiest thing in the world to clear out with 1 flashbang. You may need 2 because can be a guy back here, 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 here. And this is very far away. So that's an issue, right? And especially if they don't want, the attacking team doesn't want to use a wall charge, barb right here, right? If you really, or dire on barb, I was just only putting barb here because this isn't the most useful, especially with a flashbang. But this, a barb here or here, holy, Because this is a 1x1 hole right here. They have to go through this square. So, you know, barb that shit. That's how they used to draw barb. I like drawing barb like this. I don't really fuck with the... Whatever, you have the fucking symbols now. You don't need to draw it anymore. So that's that. And having... And again, you're probably not going to have a defensive guy in club just because of this. Like, because of this window, it's always a little scary. So you'll probably, maybe if you have a guy in club watching this, just to make sure they don't try to do something silly here. But I think that's a bad play, and they shouldn't do that anyways. So your real play is maybe to put someone in lockers. Definitely put someone with, like, a knack in this general area. Probably back here. Especially if they've already kicked into backstage, I think. I'm now not afraid of a wall charge happening here. And, you know, knack gaming, whatever, up here. Maybe even a fucking second guy right here, just spraying through this fucking wall. Again, this barb is really fucking nice. And again, a barb down here is really fucking nice. And your pretty much only reactions to that as an attacker is, I mean, you're already using a flash to get into this room. You're already using a flash to get through this. So it doesn't affect you a lot, but it does affect you, and it makes it a lot easier for the defensive team to gun you down. Okay. Cool. Hey, why are we barking? Okay, I guess I gotta wait a couple minutes for them to shut the fuck up to continue the recording. Ooh, or we can use the really shitty... Here we go. This should be the better noise suppressor that cancels out their barking. Actually, I don't even think it works. Yeah, you can still hear that. Alright. It just cancels out me screaming. But also background sounds, but I guess not today. So it's like, alright, what's the other way we can diffuse from this side? Well, I guess we could go green. I don't really think torching this is any use because you have such a... You can see pretty much all of club. Like, any part of the club that can see this door, you can see from window. So I think it's just... You go patio, you worry about a guy up here, maybe. Kick down this door as you have a guy who's watching through this window. You take club for free. You're gonna hear the dog barking. That's part of your life now, by the way. You take this for free. I don't even think you really need to flash. I'll be honest with you. You could probably just fucking walk in. I'd use a flash. I'd use a flash. But then we have this situation. As a defensive team, barb right here. They start going through it. Knack them through the wall. That's a little scary. Just fucking shoot back through this shit. Kill that guy. Make him afraid. Make him run back here. So we can cover this barb instead. Use your second flash to get into here. Have to be afraid of a guy trying to flank you via lockers. The guy that's been sitting back here. He's now sitting here. And is ready for when you start pushing into hall to start getting you in the fucking ass. I'm gonna actually strangle that dog to death. And you'll never hear him in any other recording ever again. So yeah, we use our third flash here, we use our fourth flash here. I mean, it goes the same, but there's a lot more threat of, like, I don't think a guy would be back here just because of this window. A lot more threat of this guy here. A lot more threat of this, an extra wall bang here that has to be dealt with. You're going through a lot more barbed wire, right? And barbed wire here even, if you really want. There's a lot more situations where the defending team can just shoot you through a wall going through green here. It's like, all right. Alternative idea, what if we want to defuse from this side? You know? We don't have to deal with, like, all of this if we defuse from this side. Now it's just the game of watching this angle. If they want to try to push up. Okay. Let's take our simple approach of a red door. I don't like this. Let's think about that after. I do want to think about this, though. We go shed, again. Flashbang. We kill this guy back here. Then, we kick this door. Get fucking decked by this guy over here. Flashbang in. Maybe you'd want to put barbed wire here, but I don't really like it. Oh, fuck. Is this... Alright, yeah, there's a path here and here, I think. Because I was going to say put barb right here, but... So again, boom, this guy gets decked. Second flash goes way back. You run in. Kill this guy. Bump, bump. Now you have control of construction. You make sure like everything's clear. You might use a third flash, but I kind of doubt it. You're here now. You've made it. The defending team probably doesn't have a crazy amount of barbed wire here. Because, I don't know, man. You could either go here or here. And this isn't like the most wall chargeable spot. I mean, sorry, wall bangable spot. You know, this barb is kind of fucked. I wouldn't go through this because that is nasty. Especially since there's that wall there. Like, this wall bang is nuts. Especially just having a guy sitting around here, either going this way or this way, depending on where you come from. So you're most likely going to try to take this door. And that's your fear right now, is this angle and way back here, this angle. But honestly, at this point, it is a game of, well, now I have to clear out club. I have to at least kill the guy club because this is such an easy angle for them to peek. We use a fourth flash, probably taking this path, to get into this portion of the hallway. We can have a guy, you know, sit here watching this mainly. But even then, like, if a guy sits here and watches this, he can't see a guy standing here looking down. Which I think there's barely an angle, but I think you could hit a guy in the back from here. So what's your option to deal with this guy? One schmuck. One schmuck right here. As the attacking team, if you really do want to take this path, you need to clear out club, and this is the easiest way to do it. And as defense, to deal with this guy, you just, you know, have a guy back here. You know, and or just have a guy in this general area and office, able to rotate through here and kill him. And now that if you have a guy in office and you kill this guy, now you can be the guy in club and take his position. So that's a lot of the fear of this, is it pretty much relies upon there not being anyone here to be able to come in from this angle, right? How does office look, though? Again, we're going to try to defuse from this angle, which we have the green option, right, that we've discussed before of going through here. Now we're going to be going through here. Honestly, I don't think a flash is needed to deal with this guy. I think you just have to win that gunfight. Flash in here. Boom, kick this. Flash in here. But now we have to kill construction because they have, like, literally right here a sight line on it. So now it's like, all right, fuck. I guess let's go in, like, through here. Throw a flash in. But as we discussed before, there's probably barb here. And there's probably barb here. There's a lot of positions for barb. I've already listed like 5, which you shouldn't be using 5. If you had to use like 2 or 3, I would suggest fucking right here and right here if they were Actually, I would do right here because they'd see the barbed wires here and be like, this is the safer door. But it's not true. If you had to use a third barb, would I say here, here? A third barb, I think, would be best here, if you had to. Just because I do like how having the one barb here funnels the attackers to think this is the safer path, which gives you quite the advantage of shooting them through here. So yeah, you as the defensive team or attacking team are probably going to run through club, flashbang here, flashbang to clear out halls. You just sitting back here in halls as most of your team then goes into construction, kills the guy sitting here. Maybe there's a second guy coming out over here, so he's here by now. But now you have construction shut down. You killed club, you have a guy watching this door. Or even just like sitting back here watching this general area, just sitting here waiting for someone to cross from either angle. And we start defusing the bomb. Construction's clear. We're watching this. We're watching this. And we even have our third guy like here watching this. Best you can do as defense at this point is just sit here and gun him down through this. Not very likely. You can shoot back. A defuse is gonna happen. This plan isn't that bad. I only broke down 3 flashes for this. I'm not thinking enough about how it could go wrong. Like this guy flanking through, but I really don't think that's gonna happen. What about office? What about office? I really fucking hate the idea of going office. We blow into office. There is a guy here. There's at least one person in office preparing themselves for this reality or this reality. You know, there's probably 2 people in here. This guy's either here or like back here. This guy's probably just like around this area. But you flash into office, this guy's safe in this room. You can only clear out so much. If the guy's back here, you're gonna have to use a second flash to kill this guy. Or most likely, you split in both of these directions. I would suggest, yeah, going around through here. You split in both these directions. Now that you've killed this guy, you've checked this area. This guy hasn't been trying to take pot shots at you. You have a third guy just run up here and kill that guy, because they're more afraid of you coming through this door. Now, we have control of reception and office. Pretty nice, again, but you gotta be afraid of that, just in case. Now it's this door and this door, right? We can follow the old path of, now since we have both these rooms unlocked, just using our bullshit through here. And we've already used the flashbang in here, flashbang here. Now we're gonna have number 3. Now we can come in through 2 doors with number 4 and number 5 back here. Or we say, fuck it, 3rd flashbang into hall. We already have patio, so we already have a guy sitting here watching this shit. 4th flashbang into construction. Everyone's dead here. This is being watched. Everyone's dead here. They can only come from here or here. And we defuse the bomb from this angle. I have no idea what the point of this entire video, like what was the point of this exercise? What was the point? Why did I do it? People need to come up with better plans, because I don't like how some people think of their plans, because I think they're bad. It was on a C store that I like really hated. Like, I super fucking hate going entrance here. Like, I hate it a lot. I hate it so much. It feels like the worst thing in the world. Blowing this, being able to be seen from all these different angles. It just feels so fucking bad going entrance. Because you have to kill Teller. And Teller is difficult to get rid of. Especially since it's the only way in, especially from going entrance. Is this fucking vent? Are we being serious? This shit sucks. Yeah. I don't know. The way you think about clearing a map should be from the bomb outwards. Should be, especially with an Omni bomb, of how can the enemy team cover me if I just start defusing right now? What are they gonna do if I start defusing right now? You know? That's what I think needs to be thought of. Of if we have control of this half of the map, we've won the game. Like, that's kind of crazy, right? Think about it like that, of like, how little rooms can we go through? How little utility can we use? How little area of the map do we have to even look at to win? And it's this much on this C-store versus this much, with a lot more sight lines and a lot more tough places to seep through. It's something to think. Yeah, lights are here, whatever. It's a C-store. Lights aren't that crazy, but again, on this map, you'd probably take office instead of arcade just because it's a 1-room difference. And you get lights in the first room. I really dislike the idea of some people's strategies. And I think the way they think about it is fundamentally wrong. I don't know how, but it just is. You just need to think of how you could get fucked. Like, if an entrance here, like, I didn't discuss, because this is the first time doing this, like, a barbed wire here. The best way to deal with that, I guess, is having a guy here watching this, but they have a guy here watching that. Yeah. If I edit this video, I don't know if I'm gonna crop my face out, or if we're... Who is that? Or if I'm gonna crop it, or if I'm just gonna leave this. I'm not even gonna edit the OBS recording. Yeah. Well, I'd definitely blur out that end piece if I really did. Because that's kind of spoilers. God, Splitgate 2 is going to be so ad. Alright, the video's over. Rethink how you think about plans and due process. And how different ways you could get fucked by barbed wire. Different ways you can be fucked by a Molotov. Oh my, I should have put this at the beginning of the video. Wait for the Molotov and don't... 2 flashes are the same as 1 if they pop at the same time. Alright, most of the time, you just need 1 flash to enter a room. Someone needs to call, I'm going to flash. And you go, okay, that guy's flashing. I'm ending the recording. I talked enough. Wah, 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 wah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying wah, 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 wah.